This is the Terracotta Army. 8,000 warriors buried over 2,000 years ago.
Incredible evidence of what the soldiers wore, what their military technology was like.
Deep in the plains of Shaanxi, China, lies an enigma that has captured the imagination of generations. The sealed tomb of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. This imposing ruler, known for uniting a fragmented kingdom and leaving behind the legacy of the Great Wall and his Terracotta Army, took with him to the grave secrets that have baffled scholars for over 2 millennia. Now, after decades of careful research and technological advances, a team of scientists has taken the step that many believed impossible, opening this historic tomb that has remained untouched since the 3rd century BCE. This archaeological milestone promises to answer fundamental questions about life, death, and the beliefs of a civilization that shaped the course of world history. What wonders, dangers, or revelations will this ancient mausoleum hide? Why did the ancient Chinese go to such lengths to keep it sealed? Today, we will take you to the heart of this incredible story, where science and mystery converge in a moment that will forever change our understanding of the past. The reign of Qin Shi Huang and his legacy. Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China, is a figure who has left an indelible mark on world history. Born in 259 BCE in the state of Xi'an, his life began in a politically turbulent context. His father, a hostage in the Zhao court, indirectly shaped the fate of the young Ying Zheng, as he was known before becoming emperor. At the age of 13, he ascended the throne of the state of Qin, beginning a reign that would transform the course of history. From a young age, he displayed exceptional leadership and insatiable ambition, which would lead him to unify the divided territories of China into a single empire under his rule. With the support of his political strategist Liu Buwei, who played a crucial role in the early years of his reign, and General Wang Jian, one of the most capable military leaders of the time, Qin Shi Huang launched a series of campaigns to subdue the 6 warring states that fragmented China. Between 230 BCE and 221 BCE, he systematically conquered each of these states from Han to Qi, establishing a new era of unification. His proclamation as the first emperor of China marked a historical turning point, ending centuries of conflict and territorial fragmentation. The legacy of Qin Shi Huang was not limited to his military achievements. His vision for building a centralized and efficient state led to unprecedented reforms. He standardized writing, currency, weights, and measures, and consolidated the legal system, eliminating disparities between regions. These reforms not only unified the empire culturally and economically, but also laid the foundation for more organized and effective governance. Additionally, he commissioned the construction of a vast network of roads and canals that connected remote regions, facilitating trade and improving communication between the empire's various territories. One of the most emblematic projects of his reign was the Great Wall of China. Although existing sections were extended during various dynasties, Qin Shi Huang initiated its construction as a defense against the nomadic tribes of the north. This monumental effort symbolized both his ability to mobilize resources and his strategic approach to protecting the achievements of his empire. However, these accomplishments came at a high human cost, with thousands of workers subjected to extreme conditions to complete his monumental projects. Beyond his material achievements, Qin Shi Huang had a deeply rooted obsession with immortality. Convinced that he could overcome death, he sponsored expeditions to search for elixirs of eternal life and explored unknown lands in an attempt to defy human limits. His quest for immortality was also reflected in the construction of his mausoleum, an architectural masterpiece designed to perpetuate his glory. According to historical chronicles, the tomb was protected by an army of terracotta figures representing his soldiers, a system of traps and a supposed Mercury river that imitated the celestial landscape. This mausoleum, located near Xi'an, is not only a symbol of the grandeur of his era, but also an archaeological enigma that continues to fascinate the modern world. Although it has remained sealed for more than 2,000 years, its secrets may shed new light on one of the most influential civilizations in history. The life and legacy of Qin Shi Huang are a testament to how power, ambition, and innovation can shape the fate of a nation, leaving an impact that resonates through the centuries. The Terracotta Army of Qin Shi Huang. Qin Shi Huang, a leader whose vision transformed ancient China, marked a before and after in history by consolidating a fragmented state into a powerful empire. His reign, which spanned from around 220 to 210 BCE, witnessed significant advances in administrative organization, infrastructure, and cultural standardization. However, his rule was also marred by authoritarian actions that provoked fear and controversy, such as the burning of historical texts and the burial of scholars, measures aimed at consolidating his absolute control, but which sowed the seeds of rebellion and public discontent. Amid this complex legacy, Qin Shi Huang designed a monumental project that embodied his ambition, obsession with immortality, and desire for transcendence, the Mausoleum of the first Emperor Qin. This tomb, located near Xi'an, remained hidden underground for more than 2,000 years, holding a secret that would only be accidentally revealed in the 20th century. The discovery occurred in 1974 when local farmers from Yang village were digging a well in search of water. What seemed like a mundane task became one of the most important archaeological finds of the century. Ying, one of the villagers, found terracotta fragments while digging, pieces that initially seemed to have no particular value. However, the team reported the findings to local authorities, who recognized the potential of the discovery and called in experts to investigate the site. The first archaeological explorations revealed an astonishing find: a complete army of life-size terracotta figures organized with military precision beneath the surface. This terracotta army includes soldiers, horses, and chariots arranged as if ready for a battle that was to be fought in the afterlife. This impressive underground complex covers more than 20,000 square meters and houses thousands of figures, each unique in its design, facial expressions, and individual details. The meticulousness and scale of this project highlight Qin Shi Huang's obsession with securing his power beyond death. The Terracotta Army was conceived as a protective force to accompany the emperor on his journey to the afterlife. According to historical records and archaeological analysis, these figures were made by highly skilled artisans over decades, using advanced techniques to mold and paint each figure. Although the original color has largely faded, research has revealed that the sculptures were originally decorated with vibrant pigments, adding another layer of sophistication to this monumental work. The tomb itself, which remains unopened due to the risks associated with excavation, is surrounded by legends. It is believed to be protected by traps and a Mercury river designed to prevent intrusion. Soil analysis around the mausoleum has found abnormal concentrations of mercury, which seems to corroborate historical accounts of its construction. This detail underscores the magnitude of the ingenuity and resources employed in creating this underground wonder. The Terracotta Army not only represents the greatness of Qin Shi Huang, but also offers a fascinating window into the life, beliefs, and military structure of ancient China. This archaeological discovery has transformed our understanding of a civilization whose influence continues to resonate in modern culture and history. Today, the Terracotta Army is recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and attracts millions of visitors from all over the world who come to admire this extraordinary manifestation of the ambition and artistic capability of ancient China's empire. Each figure, from the warriors with detailed armor to the horses sculpted with impressive realism, tells a story, that of a leader who not only unified a fragmented territory, but also strived to immortalize his legacy through a work that defies time. This discovery has inspired multiple archaeological and technological investigations that continue to shed light on the methods used to construct this immortal army. Meanwhile, the mausoleum of the first Emperor Qin, which is believed to house even greater wonders, remains an unsolved mystery, a promise of future discoveries that could rewrite entire chapters of human history. The Terracotta Army, therefore, is not only a testament to the greatness of an emperor, but also a reminder of how much remains to be discovered about our collective past. The enigma of the Mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang. The discovery of the Mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang and the impressive Terracotta Army marked a before and after in modern archaeology and revitalized global interest in China's rich history. This discovery, located on the outskirts of Xi'an, not only revealed a masterpiece of engineering and art, but also transformed the region into a cultural tourism epicenter, attracting experts and curious visitors from around the world. In 1987, UNESCO recognized it as a World Heritage Site, solidifying its place as one of the most astonishing archaeological wonders ever uncovered. Despite the recognition and global fascination, the mausoleum remains shrouded in unsettling theories about its construction and the sacrifices that may have been made to preserve its secrets. According to ancient historical texts, such as those written by Sima Qian, more than 700,000 people were said to have been recruited to work on this colossal project. This number, which seems incredibly high, not only highlights the monumental scale of the endeavor, but also the brutality that may have characterized its execution. The mausoleum, spanning over 56 square kilometers, was conceived not only as a resting place for the emperor, but also as a microcosm representing his empire and his vision of the universe. Its construction took decades and required impressive coordination between engineers, artisans, and forced laborers. The inner chambers and the meticulous design of the Terracotta Army demonstrate an unparalleled dedication to detail, reflecting Qin Shi Huang's obsession with perfection and immortality. Among the most chilling accounts associated with the mausoleum is the theory that Qin Shi Huang ordered the execution of thousands of workers once the project was completed, to ensure that the secrets of the mausoleum would remain hidden forever. This supposed act, though gruesome, aligns with the beliefs of the time, which prioritized the protection of the tomb and the emperor's journey to the afterlife. According to ancient Chinese traditions, life after death was seen as a direct continuation of earthly life, and any leak of information about the mausoleum could have compromised the emperor's legacy. Proponents of this theory argue that the extermination of workers may have occurred systematically and gradually. Instead of a massive massacre, they suggest that groups of workers were replaced and eliminated progressively, which would have allowed the construction to proceed while controlling the spread of information about the project. However, skeptics question the feasibility of this account. Coordinations of such magnitude would have likely sparked revolts or resistance, and historical or archaeological records should contain more direct evidence of these events. Moreover, such a large-scale extermination operation could have destabilized the emperor's regime, something that does not seem to be reflected in historical texts. The mausoleum remains sealed due to the risks associated with its excavation. Investigations have detected high concentrations of mercury in the soil, supporting historical accounts that the interior contains rivers of mercury representing the waterways of the empire. This raises fascinating questions about the techniques and materials used in its construction. The possibility of traps designed to prevent intrusion also adds a layer of mystery to this archaeological enigma. The Mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang is not just a tomb, it is a monument to human ambition, a window into the thoughts and beliefs of an advanced civilization. Its continued study promises to reveal not only the secrets of a ruler obsessed with immortality, but also the sacrifices that made possible the creation of one of the most impressive works of ancient history. This mausoleum, still largely unexplored, serves as a reminder of the balance between grandeur and the human cost of unchecked ambition. The individuality of the soldiers of Qin Shi Huang. The Qin dynasty, led by the ambitious and controversial Qin Shi Huang, left an indelible mark on Chinese history. This period, characterized by strict adherence to the principles of legalism and authoritarian measures such as the burning of books and the burial of Confucian scholars, consolidated the emperor's central power at the cost of great human and cultural sacrifices. In this context of political rigidity and boundless ambition, one of the most impressive creations of antiquity emerged: the Terracotta Army, a legacy that continues to fascinate the world due to its unmatched scale and detail. The Terracotta Army, discovered in 1974 on the outskirts of Xi'an, represents a monumental achievement. More than 8,000 life-size soldiers, 130 chariots, 520 cavalry horses, and 150 cavalry horses are distributed across 3 pits, forming this recreation of an army ready for eternity. What most surprises historians and archaeologists is not only the magnitude of the army, but also the unprecedented attention to detail. Each soldier is unique, with different facial features, hairstyles, expressions, and clothing. This individuality not only reflects the skill of the artisans who took part in its creation, but also the meticulous vision of the emperor, who sought an authentic portrait of his military strength. Each figure in the army was carefully designed to represent the different ranks and roles within the structure of ancient Chinese military society. From common soldiers to generals, the statues are precisely arranged within the pits, reflecting the hierarchy and organization of a real army. This attention to detail, both in the physical characteristics and the tactical arrangement, demonstrates a profound understanding of military strategy and an absolute commitment to symbolic perfection. The construction of the Terracotta Army involved an extraordinary level of innovation and craftsmanship. It is believed that the statues were created following an assembly line model, a concept ahead of its time. Each artisan was responsible for a specific part of the body, such as the head, torso, or limbs, which were then assembled to form the complete figures. However, what distinguishes this process is the personalization. After the assembly, each figure received unique facial features, painted and sculpted to ensure that no soldier was identical to another. This individuality may have been a reflection of Emperor Qin Shi Huang's philosophy, who sought to represent each soldier in his army with authenticity and precision. Furthermore, it is speculated that some of the faces of the soldiers could have been inspired by real people, perhaps even the same soldiers who served under his command, a detail that adds a human touch to this epic monument. The level of detail and scale of the Terracotta Army not only highlights the technical capabilities of ancient Chinese artisans, but also underscores the profound symbolic depth of the work. For Qin Shi Huang, this army was not simply an artistic project, it was a manifestation of his absolute power and his desire to rule even after death. In ancient China, life after death was conceived as a direct continuation of earthly life. An immortal army would ensure that the emperor maintained his dominion in the afterlife, protecting him and ensuring his eternal supremacy. The bronze chariots in the afterlife. The origin of the Terracotta Army and the accompanying elements is deeply intertwined with Qin Shi Huang's spiritual beliefs and his relentless pursuit of immortality. This emblematic emperor did not view life as a final end, but as a bridge to an eternal existence. For him, death did not mean abandoning his domain, but rather transferring it to another dimension where he would continue to exert his power. It was this perspective that led him to conceive a monumental mausoleum, a reflection of his earthly empire that would include not only warriors, but also everything necessary to preserve his greatness in the afterlife. Among the most fascinating pieces of this funerary complex are two bronze chariots accompanied by majestic horses, discovered about 20 meters west of the Terracotta Army. These artifacts not only represent an astonishing technological and artistic feat, but also offer a window into the cultural beliefs and technical achievements of the Qin dynasty. Each of the chariots seems to have been designed with a distinct function, showcasing the complexity and attention to detail that characterized the emperor's vision. The first of the chariots, known as the High Chariot, is an impressive structure meant for warfare. Pulled by four beautifully sculpted bronze horses, its robust and elevated design suggests that it was intended to provide a strategic advantage on the battlefield. The height of the chariot allowed commanders to observe enemy lines and direct troops with precision. Additionally, the walls surrounding the chariot offered protection against arrows and projectiles, ensuring the safety of its occupants. Inside, the details are equally astonishing. A selection of weapons, tools, and a carefully molded umbrella symbolize its preparedness for any challenge. This chariot is not just a transport vehicle, it is a monument to military ingenuity and tactical skill of the Qin dynasty, reflecting Qin Shi Huang's meticulous approach to perpetuating his rule even in eternity. On the other hand, the low chariot represents a marked contrast to its warlike counterpart. Also drawn by four bronze horses, this chariot stands out with its more refined and ceremonial design. Its shorter height and intricate ornamentation suggest it was intended for personal or ritual uses, perhaps as the emperor's mode of transportation in his earthly life and, symbolically, in the afterlife. The detailed engravings and gold and silver decorations adorning this chariot reflect an unparalleled richness and craftsmanship. From the patterns on the wheels to the reins and bridles of the horses, each detail seems to transcend mere symbolism, evoking a sense of luxury and grandeur that emphasizes the importance of this artifact within the mausoleum. The discovery of these chariots has raised fascinating questions among historians and archaeologists. One theory holds that the chariots were not merely replicas of those used by Qin Shi Huang in life, but rather objects loaded with symbolism, designed to ensure that the emperor could maintain his status and luxury in the afterlife. Others suggest that the chariots reflect the life and technological advancements of the time, providing a glimpse into the cultural and material achievements of the Qin dynasty. The use of bronze, combined with finishes in gold and silver, highlights the importance of these artifacts. More than simple vehicles, the bronze chariots are a testament to the wealth, power, and sophistication of the Qin dynasty. They represent the connection between the earthly and the spiritual, serving as essential tools for the emperor's transition to the afterlife. These bronze chariots not only reflect the technical prowess of the Qin dynasty artisans, but also encapsulate Qin Shi Huang's holistic vision of immortality. For the emperor, an army was not enough. He needed all the elements necessary to continue his reign in the afterlife. The chariots, both high and low, symbolize complementary aspects of this vision: military strength and imperial ceremony. The mysteries of the Mercury rivers in the Mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang. The Mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang, an archaeological wonder surrounded by enigmas, continues to be a focal point of fascination for historians, archaeologists, and scientists. Deep within its monumental structure, investigations have revealed signs of something extraordinary: unusually high concentrations of mercury in the surrounding soil. This finding has led to the theory that in the heart of the mausoleum there could be an underground palace with rivers of liquid mercury, a feature directly linked to ancient Chinese beliefs about immortality and divine power. The use of mercury in the mausoleum raises intriguing questions about the technological sophistication of the Qin dynasty. This element, known for its toxicity, would have been extremely difficult to extract, transport, and manipulate in such large quantities. Historical sources indicate that cinnabar deposits, a mineral form of mercury, had been mined in China since ancient times. However, the scale required to fill the supposed underground rivers represents a monumental challenge that underscores the organizational and technical capacity of the engineers and artisans of the era. The methods employed to preserve the liquid mercury for more than 2,000 years are also a mystery. While the toxicity of mercury may have helped preserve the tomb by deterring intruders, its inclusion also symbolizes the emperor's eternal power, who sought to rule in the afterlife with the same authority he held in life. In addition to Mercury, the mausoleum is adorned with a rich variety of sculptures of exotic and symbolic animals, reflecting both the grandeur of the Qin court and the spiritual beliefs of the time. Among these figures, the terracotta and bronze horses stand out, serving both ceremonial and practical functions. The horses represented speed, strength, and nobility, qualities essential for an empire as vast as Qin Shi Huang's. Some of these horses are believed to have been representations of the finest specimens arriving as tributes from the farthest corners of the empire, symbolizing the emperor's far-reaching power. Another notable presence in the mausoleum are the figures of exotic birds, carefully carved to reflect the art and spirituality of the Qin dynasty. These winged creatures, considered messengers between the earthly and celestial worlds, played a vital symbolic role in ensuring that the emperor's prayers and authority would transcend to the divine realms. Some species represented in these sculptures may have been common in the region during the Qin era, while others, more mystical in nature, allude to legends and myths that attributed supernatural powers to certain creatures. The idea of rivers of mercury in the mausoleum is not only supported by modern analysis, but also finds backing in historical texts. According to the historian Sima Qian, the interior of the tomb was designed to emulate a map of the empire, with rivers and oceans represented by mercury flowing perpetually thanks to mechanisms designed to keep it in motion. While the main chambers of the mausoleum have not been opened, the mercury levels detected in the soil reinforce the plausibility of these claims. However, this toxic element presents significant challenges for modern archaeologists. Any attempt to open the underground chambers must address not only the conservation of the site, but also the risks associated with the release of mercury into the environment. The animals and mystical figures included in the mausoleum do not merely decorate the tomb. They also represent fundamental concepts in ancient Chinese philosophy and spirituality. The horses, birds, and other animals reflect values of nobility, resilience, and transcendence. At the same time, the inclusion of mythical and symbolic creatures adds a layer of protective and auspicious meaning, ensuring that the emperor was not only protected, but also connected with the cosmos and divine forces. Unveiling the legacy of spectacles in the era of Qin Shi Huang. The legacy of the mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang is widely recognized for its terracotta warriors, but an equally fascinating and less explored facet lies in the depictions of acrobats, musicians, and dancers. These figures offer a revealing glimpse into the cultural and recreational aspects of the ancient Qin dynasty, providing an intimate view of the traditions and pastimes that the emperor sought to preserve in his transition to the afterlife. In ancient Chinese society, entertainment was not merely a means of leisure, but an integral part of ceremonial and palace life. Music, dance, and acrobatics were fundamental to religious celebrations, imperial festivals, and official rituals. Qin Shi Huang, as the ruler of a unified and visionary empire, understood the value of spectacle not only as a tool to consolidate his power, but also as an expression of the cultural grandeur of his empire. Surrounded by exceptional artists during his reign, Qin Shi Huang made sure to include these art forms in his mausoleum, reflecting his desire to maintain an environment of joy and artistic splendor even in his afterlife. These symbolic figures, carefully crafted, provide us with a richer understanding of the emperor's wishes for an eternity filled with art and festivity. The acrobat statues discovered in the mausoleum are a marvel in their own right. Represented in a variety of dynamic poses, some seem captured mid-jump, while others display impressive contortions. These figures not only reflect the skill and physical discipline that characterize the acrobats of the time, but also highlight the prominent role they played in court performances. Acrobatics in ancient China was deeply rooted in religious and folkloric traditions, evolving over time to become a highly stylized and celebrated discipline. The dynamic poses of these figures suggest that acrobats were valued not only for their ability to entertain, but also for their symbolism, representing balance, strength, and the overcoming of physical limits. In addition to the acrobats, the mausoleum includes figures of musicians and dancers, further enriching the cultural narrative of the Qin dynasty. The musicians appear with instruments that were common at the time, such as flutes and zithers, providing invaluable information about the prevailing musical styles of the 3rd century BCE. These depictions not only demonstrate the importance of music at the Qin court, but also suggest its role in religious rituals and everyday life in the empire. The dancers, immortalized in poses of impeccable grace, may symbolize ceremonial dances performed to honor the gods or to celebrate the emperor's military victories. Their elegant postures and the details in their clothing reveal a level of artistic skill that underscores the cultural sophistication of the Qin dynasty. The inclusion of these artistic figures in the mausoleum was not an arbitrary detail, but a deliberate extension of Qin Shi Huang's vision for his eternity. Just as the Terracotta Army ensured the emperor's military protection in the afterlife, the acrobats, musicians, and dancers ensured that his existence would be filled with entertainment, harmony, and beauty. This holistic approach reflects a philosophy in which the afterlife was not merely a continuation of earthly life, but an opportunity to perpetuate the splendor and grandeur of the empire. The dilemma of excavating Qin's final chamber. The mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang, a monumental complex encapsulating the ambition and vision of a legendary emperor, remains a partially unresolved mystery. While archaeologists have uncovered a great number of treasures, such as the Terracotta Army, bronze chariots, and miniature structures representing gardens and palaces, the central chamber, where the emperor's remains and his most prized possessions are believed to rest, remains unexplored. This dilemma raises ethical, technical, and cultural questions that continue to divide opinions. The discoveries made thus far have revealed meticulous representations of imperial life during the Qin dynasty. The pits contain miniature architectural structures that reflect the grandeur of Qin Shi Huang's empire, including gardens, watchtowers, and palaces. These models not only showcase the artistic mastery of the craftsmen of the time, but also provide valuable information about urban planning and architectural styles of the Qin dynasty. Moreover, the presence of weapons scattered throughout the complex, including crossbows, daggers, and halberds, reveals not only the advanced metallurgical skills of the era, but also the emperor's obsession with protection. Many of these weapons bear inscriptions that provide details about their origin and use, strengthening the perception that the mausoleum was designed as a functional microcosm of his empire. Advances in archaeological technology, such as ground-penetrating radar, have identified what appear to be hidden chambers within the mausoleum. It is believed that these may house the emperor's remains, along with a treasure of incalculable value, including relics that could transform our understanding of the Qin dynasty. However, the mausoleum remains sealed for several reasons. In Chinese culture, respect for the dead is a deeply ingrained value. Disturbing a tomb is not only considered a disrespect to the deceased, but also a spiritual transgression that could unleash imbalances in the afterlife. This perception has led to widespread reluctance to conduct full excavations, especially at sites of such high symbolic value as the Mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang. Historical texts, such as those by Sima Qian, describe the tomb as a place full of wonders and dangers. According to these accounts, the central chamber was designed to emulate a three-dimensional map of the empire, with rivers of liquid mercury representing the kingdom's waterways. Additionally, deadly traps, such as automatic crossbows, were said to be designed to protect the site from looters. Although these accounts may be embellished with legendary elements, the anomalous concentrations of mercury detected at the site suggest that at least some aspects of these descriptions have a factual basis. The possibility of technical and environmental risks also plays a role in the decision not to excavate. Manipulating a site of such magnitude and complexity could irreparably damage its contents, and releasing mercury or other toxic materials could pose a significant danger to both workers and the environment. The debate about whether or not to excavate Qin Shi Huang's final chamber is a struggle between science, cultural preservation, and spiritual respect. On one hand, opening the tomb could provide answers to fundamental questions about the life, technology, and beliefs of the Qin dynasty. On the other, the intrusion could disturb a site that was meticulously designed to remain sealed for eternity. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the enigmatic world of the Mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang. Should we excavate the final chamber to uncover its secrets or respect the Emperor's vision and his eternal rest? Leave us your opinion in the comments. See you on the next adventure into the mysteries of history. Until next time.